I've had a couple of requests to show how I make paper micarta or Crashcarta. The process is exactly the same, just different materials. What I've got here, I've already cut it. Just construction paper. I'm going to be using black and yellow. The yellow part is going to be toward the blade, so it'll act kind of like a liner, but then some other yellow infused in there. And the way I'm doing this is 5 layers of yellow to 8 layers of black. I found that with construction paper, if you go very thin, like 1 or 2 layers, it's almost transparent when you sand it, and you don't get very strong color. So let's see how that works, and we'll see the end result together. Okay, it's all clamped up, and we'll let that set for a while and cut it up in a little while. Got the material unclamped, and I cut off the 2 ends. I still have to cut it down the center, but the material shifted, or as I clamped it up, it's you can see it here. It's a lot thicker at this end than at this end. You can still see the color patterns in there. I'm going to use a different blade than I had originally planned, because the original blade is a little bit wider tang. I'll use one with a little bit narrower tang where I can still get good use of the material here, and I was planning on a thinner handle for that particular blade anyway. I wanted a wide one on the original plan, but it's all experimentation, so we'll see how it comes out. Alright, I've got the slabs attached to the knife and pinned. The epoxy is set up on that, so it's time to start removing the excess material. To do that, I use the larger grinder, the Grizzly. It's just a lot faster at it. And then when I do the finer work and the actual shaping, I use my little 1x30 inch cheap belt sander to do that. Let's get started and see how it turns out. Alright, now that the big chunks are removed, I'm going to go to the smaller grinder to shape the handle, and we'll see how that turns out. I'm going to start out with an 80 grit belt and then get a little bit finer as we go. You can see it's starting to take shape. The paper seems to sand off easier than the denim or linen micarta. When I'm done though, you won't see any grain in the paper. That's a big difference between that and the cloth. But we'll keep going and see how it turns out. Alright, I've gone through progressively finer belts to get the shape. I've finished up with a pretty well worn out 400 grit belt. And I'm going to finish it up with hand sanding, and just to get an idea of how it'll look when you're done and it's all buffed out, I just use a damp rag, and then you're able to see the high spots a little easier that need to be hand sanded out. I'll hand sand it, give it a quick buff, and I'll be back. Alright, got most of the hand sanding done. You can see that how it comes out. I'm running across the buffer real quick. I still got some finish work to do on the inside here and then on the top, and even things out a little bit, but that's how I make paper micarta or paper Crashcarta. For those that wanted to know, I hope this helped you out, and thanks for watching.